Melissa Groom, your host and producer of Toddlers to Teens Parent TV Show. And I'm here today with Margaret Jarvinen. Margaret is the mother of 2 small children, and she has worked as an adult educator and in the social welfare sector. She has an associate degree in vocational education and training, and she's the author of Through Our Children's Eyes. Welcome, Margaret, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, hello, Melissa. It's my pleasure to be here. So thank you for inviting me onto your show. And I also just want to say what a marvellous job you're doing with Toddlers to Teens show, and I've really been enjoying watching your segments as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we've enjoyed your contributions and your comments on the show, so thanks very much for that. So, Margaret, just tell our viewers why did you write the book?
My children are still quite young. Jacob is 5 and Emma is 3, and I've been a stay-at-home mum that whole time. I haven't gone out to the workforce. Probably around 12 months ago, I started to really struggle staying at home with my children. I just couldn't enjoy them, and I had a belief within myself that, I kind of had to just suck it up, deal with it, wait till they go back to school, put me on hold. But doing that just made me, sadder, just feeling yucky, really. And it really saddened me that I couldn't enjoy my children. Yeah. So one morning I just thought to myself, wow, wouldn't it be nice if I could read children's quotes on how they perceive their parents, what they like best about their mum and dad, and what is important to them through their eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to read any more psychology books or theories on how to raise children. They're fine and they have a very, obviously a great purpose. Yeah. But for me, I just wanted something that was uplifting, that would bring me a bit of joy. Yeah. So I could get out of this mindset I was in.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was, it was coming from within me. So I thought, wow, if I could read all these kids' quotes, wouldn't that be excellent? And that would get me in the right frame of mind, and I can get through the day.
Thanks for doing that. So obviously, a lot of women are just stuck on how to get out of that, and they think they have to give up everything to be a mother, and it's so important for us all to realise that it's okay, and it's actually really healthy for us to have an outside interest, whether that is a hobby or producing income. So it's great that you've done that.
So yes, and I went looking for such a book, thinking that it would have already been done, but I couldn't find anything. There was nothing. Yeah. There was lots of books on kids, so, their perception on politics or their perception on worldly matters, funny things that they say, but nothing along the lines, Melissa, of how they perceive their parents. So I thought, right, I'll do it. And that's how it started. Yeah. No, so I started, Sorry?
I was just saying I think it's fantastic.
So I started interviewing children and just followed my nose. So this book is it has quotes from children from the age group of 3 up to 12 years of age. Yeah. And I've collated all those responses. They're unedited within the book about, what they like best about mum, what they like best about dad, their favourite activity to do with the family. There's 6 specific questions that I've asked these children and put them in the book. So their responses are certainly uplifting and are just so insightful and beautiful. Out of all the children I interviewed, only one child, who was 4 years of age, said the best thing about mum was that she buys me toys. So all of the kids, not one of them mentioned toys or presents. And so, there's power. There was a lot of power in their answers.
Absolutely. I mean, I just recently asked my children if they had to choose between an expensive present from Mummy at Christmas or to go to Poppy's Farm, which involves, you know, a good 10-hour drive, and it's expensive to stay in a hotel halfway down and the petrol money. What would you choose between an expensive present or go to Poppy's Farm, which we go and we see all the cousins and their grandparents get together and we have a big Christmas bash, and all of them without hesitation said Poppy's Farm. So it's about building memories, and we just get so caught up in the advertising consumer world about giving, you know, to our children when it's really not what they want or need. They need our time and they need our love, and that's as simple as that, and that costs nothing.
Yes. And this came through so strongly. So I started to link, because in my search for joy, because I started this journey because I wanted joy into my life, so I could get out of the mindset of, you know, grin and bear your children. Yeah. It's terrible. But I found joy through exactly what you just said, is understanding that children don't want presents, they don't want things, they want your time. And I started to identify, and everybody can see this, that children are intrinsically motivated by joy. They already have that sense of joy. We lose it as adults along the way. You know, our intrinsic joy is lost along the way and replaced with external influences, like you said, the gifts. Or, for an adult's point of view, you know, when I finish my uni degree, I will be respected. Or when I get married, I will be happy. When I have that house. So we've lost that. Through working on the book and listening to the children and interviewing all of the children, I started to identify that, hey, I lost my own internal connection to what brought me happiness, and started to get that back. And the journey of this book, whoever's read it, whoever has helped me along the way, whoever's been involved, it's brought joy to everybody, including the children. Yeah. So, you know, the quotes and what the children have said is a wonderful message for us adults to think about. What is our internal compass of joy? Because that is what's going to bring you happiness in your life. Yeah, exactly. So I guess that's the important lesson and messages that you want readers to get from the book. Certainly. My life has completely changed through writing this book, and then that filters through to, you know, your children and your family. Because whatever you are feeling and thinking, you're mirroring, and that will be mirrored back to you. So I no longer, I started with five minutes a day, for example, when I started to understand this, that I had lost my connection to my own internal joy. I challenged myself for 5 minutes a day to think, right, in this moment I'm going to be joyous. I'm not going to think about my stresses. I'm not going to think about, you know, that bill that needs to be paid. I'm not going to think about how naughty my children were an hour ago. But not doing it. And I thought, no, I'm going to go and play with my kids 5 minutes. That's what I started. What happened? I got addicted to that feeling because I realised that in that moment when I wasn't thinking about anything else, I had peace and contentment. So that 5 minutes turned into half an hour. That half an hour has turned into an hour. And now currently, say like, you know, 9 months down the track, our whole family dynamic has changed. That's excellent. And it's so empowering. Yeah, that's great. So I always say a happy mum equals a happy family. It's very true. Yep. So what are you working on now, Margaret? I would love, and actually I'm love to interview children, say between the ages of 13 to 18. About how they perceive their parents and what they like best about mum and dad. Because the age group will be a little bit older, I'm going to ask questions about joy and their understanding of joy. And so I'd love to be working on that. I will be working on that, and so looking for responses from children. And then what I've discovered too is actually coming from a space of that internal contentment and peace and feeling joyous, is that you have a greater ability to be abundant and to attract good things into your life.
Absolutely.
So maybe in another 5 years I might link all this to, the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And do a book.
Somehow.
Yes, it is. And yeah, so they're my goals. So that's the plan.
Sounds good. So you actually wrote this book and you're donating some of the proceeds to charity. So can you tell us about that?
Yes. Look, 25% of all profits that I make, I'm going to give directly to Act for Kids. They are a non-for-profit charity in Queensland that heal little hearts, wounded hearts, also help the families if that is relevant to the situation. So they kind of pick the kids that actually, they pick up the children that might get dropped through the system, and get lost along the way. So a very important charity. I wanted to give back to the children because it was the children that were giving me the responses. So to give back is what I wanted to do. So I picked Act for Kids.
Very good. And I'd just like to say what I thought about your book. The unique thing about your book, I guess, was that it was full of lots of colourful pictures and drawings from the children as well as photographs.
Yeah.
But it's not just a book with children's quotes. It's a book that you can sit down with your own children and build your own little treasure and of memories whilst working with the children and asking them how they think and feel about things and answering the questions with them. I just think that's a beautiful gift to give to anyone for Christmas, and why shouldn't us mums buy it for ourselves, to work on it with our children in the Christmas holidays as a gift to find that joy in us. If that process has worked for you, then it will work for others. So I just recommend that you all jump on the website. We'll put up the link. Margaret, where can people purchase the book from?
Yep, it's through ourchildrenseyes.com.au. And, I've also got a blog on there. So, I'd love to hear about other mums' journeys and struggles. And I've got some tips like how I changed my whole mindset, to find some contentment and acceptance and enjoy motherhood.
Yeah. Because it's only such a very short time before the kids grow up and move out and don't want to know you. So, you want to treasure that very short period of time that you actually do have them.
Look, I am so grateful to myself that I challenged myself to find a way of what would heal my mindset, change my mindset of that rut I was in.
Yeah.
So I just, when you can transform that, your life is amazing, and it'd be so lovely to help mums to get out of that. I mean, we've all been there. Some of us have been there longer, look, it can be done. It can be done. So, I've got some great tips on my blog. Join me on the website. Love to hear about everyone's stories. And the book will be ready I'm launching the book on the 12th of December.
Yeah.
And all the details are on the website as well. So if anyone lives in Brisbane, it would be fantastic if they want to come along to the launch and bring their kids. We'll have some entertainment, but all of the details are on my blog.
Yeah.
But look, thank you, Melissa. It's been lovely chatting to you.
Yeah, you too. And thanks so much for donating your copies of Through Our Children's Eyes to our fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House as well. That was very generous.
Oh, pleasure. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
I hope you enjoyed our interview, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.